Hello everyone, I'm Conquering History Games, and welcome back to part 2 of my Spain campaign here in Medieval 2 Total War. I think at the end of the last episode we were... No, I wasn't quite done with the turn yet. I have a few of these cogs queued up. Let's get a couple more there, and then we'll bring these ones around to merge. So we'll instantly have a 5-ship navy. Should be plenty. Yep, there they go. The Moors ran off already. Excellent. New mission. There are foreigners almost at our very gates, and we know very little of them. The council suggests you send an emissary to this faction and initiate diplomatic relations. You will receive a reward of 500 florins. Okay, we're going to make that one a quick priority. Not so much because I care about... Oh, perfect. Do some diplomacy. Not so much that I care about getting the 500 florins, that's really not much, but I want to get that done so I can hopefully get a better mission. Maybe something about taking Zaragoza or something to that effect. In the meantime, I think it's about time, about time for us to enter into a crusade, and I also want to be thinking a little bit about dealing with these foes. We're gonna take most of our forces here, start bringing them over to Toledo, which I'm going to soon turn into a large town. You guys are gonna go ahead and join a crusade. Now, I can't hire any mercenaries because I just spent all my money, but we are going to go to Cordoba first. And hopefully it will, we won't get desertions right away. Alright, so we're now at war with Egypt. We're essentially at war with most of the Muslim world. Now over here we have a Admiral Consualio and Admiral Pascual. We will be going with the name Pascual. Oh, I did it wrong. Alright, Admiral G it is. that's who's in charge here. Let's get him coming, Admiral Lope. Coming out and around, and actually we might be able to just merge these two together here, but it'll be a pretty decently sized fleet that should be able to deal with any issues we're going to have, at least in the early part of the game. Okay, give me some profit. Oh, wow, that's what I'm talking about here. Diego Perez, level 3 commander, 24 years old, fair fighter. That's very nice. Very, very nice indeed. But, oh, we lost our princess up there, though. Whoops. Okay, I should have thought about that. It's okay. It's okay. What we can do is we're just going to queue up a diplomat here in Lyon, and we're going to have to go talk to some people anyway. Alright, so the crusade has grown. Only thing we can get, though, is 1 unit of pilgrims. That's fine for now. Let's continue to keep converting Cordoba, though. And I want to keep an eye out down here around the port, see if there's any Moorish armies coming from the south. They're not going to take lightly that this land that they've held for... let me think about that, actually. Let's see, the Moors came over into Spain in 711. Right now, it is the year 1114, so it has been 403 years that they have wait. That can't be right. Let's just say it's right. So it's been 413 years, 403 years since they have entered Iberia. They are certainly well established down in El Andalus, which would be the name of the Moorish kingdom here. So yeah, they're not going to take lightly me coming in here. Alright. Still don't have any money coming in. How about next turn? Okay, next turn, we're going to have a little bit of money. Okay, we got about a half stack here. I kind of want a little bit more. I think I'm going to have to wait until I get a full stack before I go after this army. Because these rebels, these Iberian rebels, have a 4-star commander leading them. So I think I might need a little bit more mailed cavalry in my future. So what we're going to do here is move everyone over. Great, so we got a guy who has admittedly lost the battle, but he's at least a 1-star commander. Bride has been presented. Great, Felipe is now married. Let's come on down. diplomatic. Okay, Venice now has alliances with both Milan and the Holy Roman Empire. The Holy Roman Empire also has one with France. Isn't everybody in Christendom just getting along nicely? Alright, we're going to take our agent, our diplomat here. I don't think there's any way he's going to be able to make it up there in time. In the meantime, though, let's take our spy. Kind of keep him in this area to make sure the French aren't coming down here into Zaragoza. Now, before I forget, we're going to convert the Toledo into a large town. Also see if we can get a couple of more units. Let's actually get some Crusader... Let's get some Crusader Sergeants and as many Pilgrims as I can find. I love these for sieges. Actually, although now my army's so big, I think we could just auto-resolve this. Oh yeah, that would be a very boring battle. So we'll just automatically resolve that one. Excellent. Now the thing is, we are... Woo! 10,000 florins? Hell yeah. Okay, it's already a minor city. We still have 7,000 people in here even after we just sacked it. So what we're going to do now is, let's retrain a couple of these. We have tons of money to do all of my little projects. Get some more mailed knights. That should be plenty to deal with what we have here, even though they're going to have spear militia. Let's get some land clearance here, and this is the time when we invest. Okay, we're already working on getting this upgraded. We're going to do the land clearance and then the port, and then hopefully by then we'll have enough people in that area that we can upgrade it to a fortress. I want Valencia to be my fortress. I think it's in a really good position here on the coast, facing the Mediterranean. So we'll be able to crank out some feudal knights and other good stuff from here and send those out to the Mediterranean when the time for the bigger wars comes. Now the issue here is we need... we are going to need City Watch. And mining network's pretty weak. I think the Plaza del Toro could be good, but let's just leave that. We're just going to repair those. We've already spent about half of our money. Now, these guys do not have the reach to even make it at all, so what we're going to do now is immediately then lay siege on Granada, which is a little bit a wild move to make.
Is it time to take the walls, my lord? Yes?
Cool. We have a full stack now on this crusade. And next turn we'll be able to build a city watch or something. We just need Cordoba to... Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine for one turn. That's a pretty big stack that's coming my way. In fact... Maybe I need a pivot down here after all. Yeah, we might have to take Cordoba back right away. Alright. I think we're ready. Yeah. Okay, next turn. Now after Granada, I definitely have to start going west. Pardon me, east. A Thieves Guild? Sure. Crusade has grown. Milan has joined. Already I'm suffering from desertions. I lost some pilgrims and some Crusader sergeants. There's also rioting going on in Cordoba. So let's bring down the tax rate. And Alright, we're gonna send my cavalry ahead Cordoba. We'll bring these guys back in here to Toledo so they do not rebel or something. Still, we are in a tough situation. But looking at the public order here, which you could check by just going to settlement details, most of this is religious unrest. Since the taxes are down, it's gotten better. Looks like they were living in squalor here. That's okay. A little bit of Christian hygiene will fix that. Spear militia. And yeah, let's just keep thinking about what exactly it is I want. Valencia hasn't quite made the castle yet, and I still don't want to... I don't want to build brand new units there just yet. Alright, if we assault this... Oh, once again, we're just going to auto-resolve it. We're going to actually exterminate this population to make it a little bit easier to deal with. In terms of recruitment, don't have much... Oh no, we put him down to 400 population, so that might have been a little bit of a mistake. So it's going to be tricky for us to hold on to this. Okay, excellent. We got plenty of money coming in. Now, again, are these guys aren't going to be able to make it to either city. So what I want to do now, we're going to come over here. Hopefully we can hire ourselves a cog or two. Great. Also build a watchtower while we're at it. Get on board. Bring along all your hopes and dreams. So we're not going to completely eliminate the Moors off of this war, but we're sure as hell going to take a lot of their settlements because we have Algiers here along the way. And then Tunisia, which hopefully will not have been taken by the Sicilians, will also be there. And then we could keep making our way toward Cairo. We do have a bit of a head start, although Milan, it's probably going to be pretty easy for them to get their people on some ships. Let's keep making our way over.
Today's journey ends.
And continue to prepare for the inevitable siege of Zaragoza. Great. Yeah, this is very, very good. I think what we just need is another governor or army leader somewhere. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring Sylvia down to Toledo, and let's get these last mailed knights out while we can. And so I think that will be an army once Gonsalvo de Seville comes down. We'll go and deal with Prince Henri there. What will probably prove to be quite a big battle. Let's also build a small chapel. How are we doing on money? We'll still have a little bit of it next turn. Okay, looks like the Moors are going for Cordoba. We also have a candidate for adoption, 28, Ricardo de Coco. Fair fighter, very loyal, smart, brave, and an aspiring commander. Sounds like an absolute dream. The Sultan himself is coming this way. Little crossbow militia, and we should be fine. We are also now the strongest faction in the world. Our enemies tremble before us, for we now lay claim to the mightiest army in the world. Excellent. That just means it's time for everybody to pile on us. You just got to keep spamming those mailed knights here in the early game.
Yes, my lord.
All right, get off.
Who do I face? We shall send them to hell or worse.
Excellent. Could get another mercenary cog here, which I think I will.
When shall we have your orders?
Excellent. And we're just gonna sack and run. I actually don't care if these particular settlements fall to rebellion or something like that. It's not that big a deal to me. So what we're gonna do is swing around here, take all of these effectively. Yeah. Merge them. And that should be plenty to deal with the former Portuguese Prince Henri here. And if we look at the settlement details here, our income is actually being hurt by devastation caused by this army being on the road. Speaking of income and things like that, we're also going to go over here to the settlement details, and we're going to turn Toledo into our faction capital. Because historically that was what Alfonso VI did. Well, I should qualify that. The Castilians and Castile and Leon, when he was in charge, never really had a true former capital, but there were many years that Toledo was effectively the center of the kingdom. Certainly in terms of culture and education, it was one of the spotlights, if not the spotlight of Europe, with all of its translations of Hebrew and Arabic texts into Castilian, and then from Castilian into Latin, and so then that led to Arabic thoughts, and Jewish discoveries enter into Christendom that way. So very, very interesting stuff. What's going on in Toledo for a time. Okay, we are gonna. Boy, I'm playing some high risk, high reward stuff here by leaving a lot of these places open. It's because I'm just trying to rush getting a big economic base and things like that. Got an end of turn report. The Byzantines are now the strongest empire in the world. That must mean they've been doing pretty good against the Turks, and we failed our mission to talk to France. That's a real shame, but I think it's worth it. Byzantines are against, yeah, they're at war with Hungary and the Turks. Pretty traditional stuff, you know, war between the West and the East, so we'll see how all that goes in the end. I'm trying to get this Spanish Navy down here. Right, so. Oh, we killed the Crown Prince as well. He was trapped in here. And we're just going to sack. Like I said, we're going to keep sacking and moving, sacking and moving. I'm not really concerned with actually holding on to these areas. We could just come back for them later. The good news is that it's really crippling the Moors to deal with them. We'll take out this. Admiral Umayyad. Let's be a leftover Umayyad. Umayyads are long gone by this time, of course. Keep moving, keep moving. The Sicilians already took it. Alright, well, we'll keep making our way over to Cairo. Now, when we get to Cairo, I do intend to try to hold on to it. Certainly no guarantees, of course. It'd be a very difficult task to do. And where did Henri go? You know what? I think what we actually have to do here is let's try to meet the Sultan here on the bridge. Should be able to make some magic happen. Now, I also want to set up a city watch. Yeah, here we go. We need to get a town watch so I can at least build some militia to occupy Toledo. Meanwhile, down here in Valencia, growth is going a little bit slower than I would like. But that's just how it goes sometimes. And this ought to all be enough to hold on to Granada. Yes, I think we'll be fine. Let's bring Alfonso down here, though, to help run the settlement. Now they're nice and happy. Excellent. Now, once we get over the 50% mark in Cordoba, which I have my Spanish cardinal here, he's working on that. We'll move him over here to Granada, and we'll keep working that angle of conversions. Now, Algiers, it actually looks like we might be able to hold on to it, which would be pretty interesting. Change this. Garrison quarters. Let's try to build a chapel. Try. Give me a new mission. Zaragoza, Zaragoza. Zaragoza to unite the peninsula. Please. Yes! This region is the frontier to our enemies, but is undermanned and vulnerable to attack. The council suggests you increase our forces here by at least 4 units in Algiers. Okay, that's a bit annoying. Well, we're gonna have to wait a turn. So what we could do is set up a garrison quarter here, and I suppose we'll make a priest in the meantime. Yeah, I'm sure that the Sicilians are going to be somebody who we will be having to fight at some point. Moving along here, there's Tripoli, which the Sicilians have also taken. They do have a tendency to go down into Africa pretty quick, at least in my personal experience. So us and the Sultan were face to face. You do gotta wonder if he is the only member of his family that's still alive, because I killed the Crown Prince out here in Algiers. I'm sure he did not see that one coming. That couldn't have made him too happy. Let's see. So we're gonna, yeah, this'll be a big fight. In fact, I almost am tempted. What have we got here? We got some crossbow militia. They've got 2 units of it. Some Sudanese javelin men. Long way from home. Desert archers. It's a very missile heavy army. Arab cavalry is basically irrelevant, but you can never underestimate Muslim bodyguards, especially in the early game. They're very well armored, they're very strong. So what I think the name of the game is going to be here is, if we do end up fighting at the bridge, I might have to take the offensive myself. Because my mailed cavalry will be able to quickly sweep aside all these mercenary crossbowmen. What I could do also is pull back from the bridge and entice them to cross it, and then just still meet them sort of in an open field battle, but I just don't want those archers peppering me all day. Looks like they're not making a move, and uh-oh, it looks like a rebel army has spawned behind me, or maybe it's Henri's, I'm not sure. Ooh, Leon is ready to upgrade though. Can't afford it. That's nice to know. Toledo is done with that, and the Holy Roman Empire has been excommunicated. So what else is new? That's pretty standard stuff. You know, the Guelphs and the Ghibellines weren't created because the Holy Roman Empire and the papacy got along. So, I guess we'll start reinforcing this. Might as well get that 500 florins, though I'm probably going to spend more than that just
Yes, my lord. Plotting
Yeah,
course
yeah, I'll spend more than that doing the reinforcing, but
we shall
I guess it's a good thing in
tomorrow.
the long run. So it looks like we're not going to get a mission to specifically take Zaragoza, so we're just going to come over here and just siege it down, really. There's no need to actually assault it. Gotta keep an eye out here because the French have taken Toulouse, although they haven't taken Bordeaux yet. But we have to be cognizant that they could at any time attempt to come south. Gotta watch out for it. Now I'm caught between a rock and a hard place. I think I think what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna take the fight to the Sultan. Yes. Okay. You see, notice how close the balance of power is. He does have 2 units of crossbows. And Desert Archers are pretty good too. They're pretty decent. They're actually an excellent pound-for-pound choice. He has more command stars, and as I was saying before, Muslim bodyguards are very well armored and they're very strong in the early game. That's why whenever you want to do blitz games in Medieval 2 Total War, it helps to do. Well, being a Muslim helps because you have access to the jihad, but also because Muslim bodyguards are so damn good. Okay. Give me a good speech.
Men speak well of me because I do not throw lives away. I will not use false modesty and deny the charge. Indeed, I say proudly that it is true. And further, I will give you victory if you have the hearts to fight like men possessed when I ask it. If our Moorish foes had any sense, they would flee back to the scorpions and snakes that father them. For shame, they would not face goat herds, let alone brave men-at-arms. I see the foe dare not fight us man to man like honest soldiers would, but must rely on a woman's stratagem of throwing things at us. As a man of learning, I tell you books and all that stuff are all very nice. But on a day like this, you want a sword and a good suit of armor. A cutting word is nowhere near as good as sharpened steel. Let's to the enemy and show them!
Alright, good speeches, good speeches. Oh, wow. Looks like coming forward has paid off for us. This looks very fun. Alright, let's do some organizing here. Group together our respective forces. We've got 1 unit of spearmen who's gonna be, this guy's gonna be pretty stretched out, I think. Okay. Me over here. Let's get way up high on this mountain. Got 1 unit of spearmen. We'll stretch it super thin. And we'll have them come to us. Surely they will, right? Oh no, they're hidden in the trees here. There's not really any good reason for them to come for us. That's a bit annoying. So we'll just go to 6 speed in the meantime. This is going to make things significantly more difficult. I gotta walk all the way down the mountain. That's my fault. That I shouldn't have set up like that, because I'm the attacker, so the AI is going to act that way. Some hard driving rain coming down. So big old fat rain. We could maybe do... Let's think a minute here. They are... Okay. Their general's right here. Maybe... Maybe we could come this way, assemble on this hill, and then make our move. Yep, they're already coming for us. Okay, so let's slow it down. And, okay, get you all here. Wait, no. Like so. Saw a couple of them. Oh, You know what? Screw it. Let's just go for him. Thing is, the generals can't hide. So this is smart on their part. My cavalry is going to be severely negated by this. Not severely. Severely is too hard a word, but there will be some sort of significant negation due to the trees of the effectiveness of my cavalry. They're gonna pop up here soon. There's the first of them. There's the rest. Okay, that's enough. Alright. We're gonna come around. You guys also come around. And I want fire focused on the mercenary spearmen. Keep our general back a little bit. Trying to do a big flank here, but I'd like it if I could drive back these guys well. Alright, now we're going to send in a couple of our mailed knights directly at their general already. And yeah, let's go to work here. The desert archers are actually hanging in there a bit. Okay, we've basically run these guys off, right? No, they're just still wavering. Okay. Damn, our mercenary crossbowmen have got some good range going here. Alright, there go the desert archers. Coming on in here. Mercenary spearmen are meeting up with their spear militia. Let's be careful now about getting tangled up with their mercenary spearmen. Traitorous Christians fighting for the Muslims. Alright, but it looks like, if we zoom in here, yeah, we've already got the general basically entirely surrounded.
Only half the enemy force.
Good. So now it's already pretty much over. We're gonna move. Wow, we have one guy still way over here. I know it's hard to see, but just checking the mini map. Obviously, you know, we pretty much have this one. The problem is that my mailed knights are really not good in single combat. As you can see, one of them, he's already down to 17, because the mailed knights are really only good for a charge. They don't quite have the armor that's necessary, but we just defeated their general. There goes the Sultan himself. We could continue the battle and run these guys down, and you know what, we will. We will do that. They're all surrounded. We're going to turn off fire at will and tell them to stop. Stop everything you're doing, please. Thank you. And, yeah, we'll make very quick work of all these men. Where'd he go? Where'd they go? There they are. Mercenary spearmen right here. Maybe shoot them down as we move. Alright, and we're going to 6 speed, so that's just to wrap up these last ones. Looks like one unit got away, but I think it's still more than enough to have dispelled the army. 739 lost out of 784. Our general from Seville has acquitted himself valiantly. Now, how do we want him to be? I think he's going to be a dread guy. He killed the Sultan. He shot him down in cold blood after having surrounded him. We're going to have him, Gonsalvo de Sevilla. He is going to be our dread guy. It's always nice to have a dread dude. Right now, he's at nothing. He's only 35, too, which is a shame. He's already 35, is what I meant to say, so he's not going to last forever. But it looks like we did indeed make pretty quick work of them. I really didn't actually have to build that watchtower. And it looks like it's just town militia and peasants to our rear here. So this is something I think we'll just auto-resolve. Oh, yeah. Another clear victory. Great. So now, let's take a look to the west. We're still going to try to find that rebel army we have to deal with. We still can't assault here. Let's get our spy doing some practice. Just Oh, we can't check in on that army. Alright, has everybody moved this turn then? Okay, our crusade is very close to reaching Cairo. We're about to reinforce Algiers. Let's get at least some peasants in here so that there has to be a fight. And the Moorish docks are still here, so that wasn't their sultan. The sultan did have another heir. He's probably down here in Marrakesh somewhere, which is the actual capital for the Moors. Of course, we want to be developing these areas here like Lisbon and Marrakesh and possibly Cordoba early, because, of course, way down the line in the late game, we want to head over and colonize the Western Hemisphere. Okay. So I think we're just going to end it there for today. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm Conquering History Games. I will see you all in the next episode, in which we'll think about how we are going to deal with these Iberian rebels. In terms of money, we do have a fair bit of it coming in next turn. We're still waiting also for Valencia to get to 4,500 so I can turn it into a fortress. And I can actually start maybe building feudal knights, build some decently high quality units. But and Zaragoza is going to fall as well. So then once we have the entirety of the Iberian Peninsula as ours, we can start to develop a good economic base. We're going to build some ports. I'm going to probably turn Zaragoza into a castle as well. Granada, I'm on the fence right now if I want to keep it that way. And I suppose we'll wrap up the Almoravids here to our south. And so thank you for joining me. I'm Conquering History Games. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.